Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be recapping Netflix anime Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Now this is part 2. If you haven't seen the first video, go watch that one, come back to this one. And just like last time, this is a recap video, so there's going to be spoilers. If you don't like spoilers, go watch the show, come back to the video. If you don't mind spoilers, feel free to stay for the vibes. But now, let's get straight to it. The cracks in the armor are starting to show. After punching out Kiwi, Maine starts experiencing some crazy symptoms from all the chrome that he's implanted in himself. He starts acting aggressive towards everyone, and it's the beginning stages of cyber psychosis.
Maine!
Lucy has to take Kiwi's place after Maine punched her out, so she needs David to reassure her that she can do this. You see, David had one job during this entire time Lucy was asleep, and that was to keep this man sedated. And while she was deep diving, David let this man wake up. So while David's talking to this man that he's supposed to have sedated, Lucy finds something that alarms her, and that causes her to take care of Mr. Tanaka. The implant in the back of his head explodes, and this alerts the trauma team, which foils the whole team's plans. So in the middle of everything of trying to get the data and trying to get Lucy out of deep sleep, Maine snaps and goes cyber psycho and starts killing everyone.
Get it together!
He shoots until he hits the one he loves most and kills Dorio. So after seeing that he killed Dorio, he decides the end of the road is here. There's no more running for him now. He looks over at David and he tells him to just keep running, which David does in one hell of an ending scene. David is now the leader of his own crew, and he picks up where Maine left off. During this time and after the events of Dorio and Maine passing, Lucy kind of strayed away from the group a little bit. Faraday calls David with a job opportunity with the promise of something big.
Hold on, pause.
Nah, but he promises him a big payout. In this episode, we also learn about Lucy's background, that she's from another country and she was raised as a net runner from a very young age. They force young kids to deep dive and most end up dying. So Lucy ends up escaping and running away from this prison.
But I never looked back.
We also see Lucy killing other netrunners trying to get David's data, probably the same data that Lucy took care of Mr. Tanaka for. Weird things start happening to David. You can see he's tripping out and he kills 2 people. He goes back to the van and asks Kiwi, did anybody set up a jammer? And her response was no. Later on, we see Faraday making a deal about an exoskeleton project. This man stayed plotting and scheming. And after that, he shows up in front of Kiwi's apartment. David passes out again, wakes up in his doctor's office, and completely spazzes out on him. He tells Lucy that he killed a person that reminded him of his mom, and this has deeply affected him. And while Lucy's talking to David about this touching situation, she gets a ping about another netrunner in town, possibly trying to get David's information. She goes to that scene, and lo and behold, it's a trap set up by Faraday and Kiwi, who's just standing over her. The crew sets off on a heist in the desert to try to get Arasaka goods. Faraday plans on giving Lucy to Arasaka and letting David test out the new cyber skeleton. He's looking for a big promotion for this. I know he's just sitting back thinking about all the incentives he's about to get. He's about to get hella commission from this deal. So after David and his squad stop the unarmed truck, Militech pulls up and starts shooting at the team. So while they're in this standoff with Militech, Kiwi finally makes her move, knocks out Falco, and dips the scene. This whole thing was a setup for David so he could test this new cyber skeleton. Faraday uses Lucy's voice to convince David to get into the cyberskeleton.
Use the cyberskeleton if you want to survive.
He hooks up and we see a downloading screen. However, Lucy breaks free and tells David that it's a trap, but Faraday catches up to her, captures her, and uses her as leverage against David. You know David didn't take this laying down.
Dead! Fucking dead! I'll fucking kill you!
And the time comes for David to perform, and he does not disappoint at all, looking like a first-round draft pick. Everyone gets wiped out. Flawless victory. Now it's time for the Lucy rescue mission. Into the fire they go. So after wiping out the team, they start heading towards Arasaka headquarters. Not gonna lie, Falco is a damn good wheelman. Who you know holding down the fort like Falco? The team is holding their own at this point, but the suit is taking its toll on David, his mind, and his body. David starts to completely lose it, and he starts having flashbacks of his mom and his life before all this.
You have to work hard and rise through the ranks. My son at Arasaka Tower, top floor, I can just see it.
But just like his mom said, he's going to the top of Arasaka Tower. So after setting up her own crew, Kiwi tries to go to collect her bag. Turns out she gets double-crossed. She didn't even take her own advice.
Never trust a soul in Night City.
So she switched up on her squad for nothing. She gets shot and left behind a trash can. Sad way to go out. But she does do this one thing before she's taken out. She calls the team and gives them Faraday's location. Faraday thinks he got it made in the shade. However, things start getting a little messy on his part. Things looking like it's getting out of control, so the Arasaka associates call in Adam Smasher just in case David is heading towards their tower.
Field tests. The cyberskeleton was originally designated for him.
David swoops in and saves Lucy. Him and Adam Smasher finally meet, and David goes crazy. Scenes like this really make you appreciate the show's animation and soundtrack. Cause I mean, look at this. Faraday ends up splatting like a bug on the sidewalk, but hey, he deserves it. So Lucy's back with the squad, she's back with David, everybody's happy for the moment. But it's short-lived as Adam Smasher breaks our heart by killing Rebecca. And what makes this situation worse is they replayed it.
You know what? Here go 2 more for y'all.
Falco sees that Rebecca just got killed. He steps up, but he gets yeeted to the side. David does step up to save everyone. He does his job, but it does cost him his life. Rip David Martinez, a real one. His last request to Falco was take the money and Lucy and get her out of harm's way. David really is sorry that he couldn't go to the moon with Lucy, but he's happy that she can live out her dream.
Sorry. Wish we could go to the moon together.
He has flashbacks of the crew and everything he's been through to this point. It hits home that only in 10 episodes that this show can make you feel so deeply for these characters. So after all the smoke clears and the final battle is over, you see Lucy taking her trip to the moon, living out her dream, and you see her having flashbacks of David.
I can feel the sun!
She finally made it. I'm glad Lucy finally gets to live out her dream, but you can't help but to feel sad for her after everything that's happened to her in her life and she loses David. But hey, what a ride it's been. Thank y'all for watching the video. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.
Adam Smasher, hurry! Go on, kill the boy!
Who the fuck are you?